All right.
That's it.
I'm sorry.
For what, exactly?
For not trusting that you were looking out for me.
When have I ever proved you otherwise?
Look, I've been ill, all right? I've been on fucking death's door. Traumatized by all this fucking head injury shit,
Yeah.
right?
And who was
I've been
there
able to
with
think
you?
clearly until today.
Who was there with you?
So to hear that you think that I have been wasting your time all this fucking for the past 2 days when I've been on death's door, forgive me for thinking that cuts a little deep.
When did I say that I wasted my time?
What? You said it's been all about me, apparently.
Yeah, it
The
has
past
been.
2 days.
It has been, but is that wasting my fucking time? When did I say
sounds
that?
like it, the way you were saying it, yes.
There you go again, making assumptions again.
Making assumptions.
I made sure that every day for the past 2, 3, 4 fucking days has been about you so that you get out of this shit alive, Charlotte. Cause I can't afford to fucking lose you. Just like I told you in that fucking hospital bed.
Don't bloody talk about it now, for God's sake. People on the street bloody hearing this.
Right, so what are you gonna do? You're just gonna follow me around? Walk around the city?
Thank you very much.
Say that again?
To the bloody... What?
I didn't hear you.
No, I'm not following you around. You're very welcome to do whatever you want to do.
But clearly you don't want to be in my presence.
I thought it was the other way around. You just said it. You're following me around.
You were the one who left the fucking apartment in the first place. Need I fucking remind you? You wanted to get away from me when I was more than happy to continue the fucking conversation that we were having.
Right?
And then you were following me around from the telegram office to the bank to the gun store.
Well, forgive me for wanting to rectify the situation.
Rectify the
rather
situation.
than just leaving it.
Rectify
You were quite
the
happy to just
situation.
ride off and ignore me.
'Cause you left in the first place, Charlotte. If you're gonna leave, I'm gonna
Well,
assume...
when I bumped into you down here, I thought, oh, there she is. Perhaps I'd better bloody have a conversation with her. But no, you rode off anyway.
Well,
Not a
because
word.
you
Not
left.
a bloody word.
Because you fucking left, so I assumed you didn't want to fucking talk to me. 'Cause you left the
Well,
fucking
it's not wrong.
apartment.
I do want to bloody always want to bloody talk to you.
Except when you leave the apartment, right?
Well, forgive me for being a bit upset in that moment.
Right. Right.
Howdy, Charlotte.
Oh, yeah, Murphy.
So you're only willing to talk when it's on your fucking terms. Is that it?
What? What do you mean on my terms?
You get to choose when to leave. You get to choose when to
Right,
fucking
come on then,
start
come on
shit.
then. Come on.
Hello.
What do you want, exactly? Come on. Wait, go on, take me to the end of a bridge or off a fucking cliff or something.
Again with this. I just spent the last 4 days trying to save your ass. You think I want to fucking kill you?
Well, what do you want to do? Oh, chat, you won't. I've got cuffs. You want to put me in cuffs and bloody quiz me?
What the fuck is wrong with you, Charlotte? I think I would spend 4 fucking days. Trying to save your ass. Just so I could what? Put a bullet in your head? And say that's that? That's it? I tried to keep you in the apartment. So we could talk. But no, you insisted on leaving.
All right, let's talk. QBC, what about in there?
There's
Well,
people
perfect,
in
thanks,
there.
mate. Where are we going?
Hunting.
You know I hate the bloody swamp.
Yeah, I know. But I gotta provide food for us. And we're out of pork.
Don't just buy food like anybody else. Buy a decent meal.
You say my stews ain't decent.
For God's sake.
You've contributed to them stews. You brought back bowls. Why has everything gotta be an argument with you? Huh? Can't you see that I'm trying to help you?
What are we doing down here?
I'm looking for pork, like I said a few seconds ago. You having trouble with your memory again?
Well, if you want bloody food, just ask me and I'll buy it for you.
You're gonna go buy pork. Well, we have plenty of pork in our fucking
I'll find some
backyard.
a decent hearty meal from any of the bloody restaurants out there. I'm gonna go around in a bloody swamp, knee deep in mud, hunting bloody pig.
Is there a reason why you're being so ungrateful?
Ungrateful.
Yeah.
Ungrateful.
I saved your fucking life. I'm going to hunt food, not just for you and me, but for Constance as well as any other guests that we would have. And what if the restaurants are closed, which they are most of the fucking time anyway? Oh, I guess I could go open up the fucking tavern. Or the parlor house. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So
Yeah,
again,
so what's wrong with that?
again, it's me providing. Again.
Oh, for God's sake.
And when I'm not there, what's Constance gonna fucking eat?
Oh, she's good at bloody hunting herself. Why isn't she out there doing that? Oh, her arm.
Yeah, her arm's no longer in a splint, thank you.
I noticed.
Nothing but coyote right now.
bastard, bloody. Well, kill it then. It's got a bloody... Oh. Don't believe... Oh. Well,
Well, what?
what a place to have a conversation. Out down here in a bloody fog.
Well, you were the one that wanted to leave the apartment.
Yes, but I didn't expect to be knee-deep in mud, in fog, in a bloody shit end of the bloody swamp.
Yeah, well, I wanted to make myself useful.
Right.
Why did you insist on lying to me anyway?
Oh, here we go. What? What about?
I just want to know why. Why you did it.
Lying about what, exactly?
About the bottles and the drawers.
I didn't touch any bottles or drawers, all right? I didn't bloody touch any.
Alright, then who did?
Nobody. I don't know. They... I just can't do it anymore, Electra.
Okay, but that doesn't mean you have to lie to me about shit.
I do. Sometimes you do have to lie.
When have I
I don't
ever
know where you
lied
get.
to
I don't know where you get this idea that you can't lie. You have to lie sometimes.
But I've never lied to you.
Well, sorry for lying about needing a bit of alcohol here and there. I need it.
Yeah.
It's either that or I go out on a fucking shooting spree, killing everyone on the fucking street. Him asking me about it. Why on earth was he asking me about this scar so intently?
Do you not remember what I said?
He was desperate for answers of how I got it, what the context was, whether it was traumatic, anything.
Whether it was traumatic. Right.
He wanted to know exactly how it was done.
Yeah.
Why?
Because Charlotte.
Why couldn't he just accept that I have a scar on my face and leave it at that?
Because Charlotte. You have a very unique case of whatever the fuck happened to you. Right?
Yeah, a unique case of some bloody monsters coming and carving me up.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your concussion. And the symptoms that you're experiencing.
But he seems to think it's all related.
Yeah. You know why?
Well, forgive me for having my suspicion that it might be something a bit more sinister.
What information? How could you derive anything fucking sinister from that? You think that's information that people could use
Nothing's
against
straightforward.
you?
Nothing's bloody straightforward in your line of work. Let's face it.
Oh, contrary to popular belief, a lot of it is very straightforward, Charlotte.
Really? Really, is it?
Yes. What could people possibly want with you?
Exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly. Which is why I'm bloody disposable.
You're not even worth the bullets, Charlotte.
Precisely. Which is why they bloody come with a blade. Or don't know, smother me in my bloody sleep, perhaps. Or get a bloody doctor to give me some pills that
But
put
why
an
would
end to me.
anyone want to do that? Why? Ask yourself.
Because I'm fucking outspoken. I speak
Right.
out of turn, and I piss people off.
Right.
That's why. And people don't like it. I know your family don't like it. I can see they put up with me because of you. That's the only reason.
Oh, I don't think that's the only reason.
Why then?
Carmine respects you.
Really?
And if you know even a single thing about how shit works, you'd understand that Carmine is a rung higher on that fucking ladder than I am.
Why does he respect me? What have I ever done to earn his respect?
I don't know.
Exactly.
That's something you'd have to ask him, but I know that he told you that. And with Carmine, if he tells you he has respect for you, you better fucking believe it. Because he doesn't say that to just anyone.
Well, forgive me for worrying.
I don't even see a single fucking deer. Yeah. You say something. If you said something, I didn't hear it. If you said something, I didn't hear it, Charlotte.
No, I didn't.
I hear pigs.
Yes, there's one.
There he is. Can't see with all this brush.
Jesus, got thick skin, that bloody thing.
I have nose.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I won't pry. What's the news?
Give me a second.
Beautiful horse
How'd
you
you
got
do?
there.
Pardon?
Oh, howdy. He said you got a nice horse, goddamn. Oh, shit.
Well, thank you very much. Not mine.
Yeah.
The fuck am I going? Right. The nose is things are falling into place.
With what?
With a certain Genovese.
Right.
But in order for things to progress, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I'm the next piece in the puzzle.
You? How do you
Yes.
mean?
I have to
Oh. What?
take up my old post.
Meaning what? Rejoin the family with Serena at your side?
Not for long.
Oh, for God's sake, Electra.
Me being there ensures that I have the
Blade,
power
you'll be
to
in the
do
bloody
things
snake's bloody pit.
exactly where I belong. Right?
That might be the case, but... Serena, how do you know? She's got so many... I don't think I'm
she's got
paranoid
so
by
many
saying she's got people on her side. I can assure you that.
And she's got plenty of people on her that are not on
If
her
just
side.
one person catches wind of any slight idea that the people might be out to usurp her and put her in a fucking grave, then your bloody neck on the line. Well, before Carmates, that's for sure.
All right. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. But trust me, the only way that things will get out is if you don't keep your fucking word and stay quiet.
What? You think I'm gonna blab about this?
Why, I mean, you haven't proved so good at keeping your fucking
Oh,
word
for
so far, have you?
With what exactly? Name
With
one thing.
being honest with me,
What
Charlotte.
about whiskey? About fucking drink? You're gonna compare that? You think I'm a fucking rat? That's what you think. You think I'm a fucking blabbermouth rat, same as all the other cunts that don't trust
No,
me.
Charlotte.
They think, oh, she's too outspoken.
Charlotte.
Can't tell her a damn thing.
Listen.
We can't tell her or trust her with anything. That's why I've never been involved.
Listen. Would you? Please. You,
Right, go on then.
Your actions have proven to me that your word doesn't mean much.
My word doesn't mean much. My word. My
Yes.
fucking word. I'm
Your
sick of this now.
your promises mean nothing to me if you can't even keep the smallest of
Get off your horse.
promises.
Sick of this.
What? You gonna shoot me?
No, I want a conversation. Face to face rather than me on the back of your fucking horse.
All right then.
So my word doesn't mean shit to you. Why?
Doesn't mean not shit. It means very little at this point in
Why?
time because you can't even keep the smallest of fucking promises. How am I supposed to trust you to keep a big one?
Whiskey?
Yes.
You're comparing.
And that
my
that
loyalty
fucking
to you
drink
with
of
information.
whiskey, Charlotte.
When have I ever...
That drink of whiskey could cost you your fucking life. Do you not
Well,
understand?
You think I'm stupid enough to mention anything about your situation with Serena to people? You think I'm that fucking stupid?
You're stupid enough to endanger your own fucking life when I'm trying to fucking save you from yourself. Think about that for a moment.
That's not what you're talking about, though, is it? You're talking about me thinking I'm gonna bloody blabber information. You said it on the horse just a minute ago. You can't trust me to bloody not spill the beans about this whole thing.
Charlotte, you claim to know so much about how much my world works. And yet if you can't understand that your word is gold in the way that my life works, I don't know what to say to you.
Well, if I can't
It's the
have a
same
little
thing
bit of-
with Carmine. Do you understand?
What do you mean?
It's the same thing with him. Small promises, big promises. If you can't keep your fucking word, your word doesn't mean much to us. That's why you better think twice before making any fucking promise, no matter how little or how big. If you can't keep it, that damages your reputation in our eyes.
I need to drink. All right? I need it. Especially now.
You promised me, Charlotte. You fucking promised me. Don't go making empty promises.
Do you think I would lie to you about anything else? Other than my own fucking addictions?
Oh, I don't know. You know, I really don't know because you've already lied to
really?
me about that shit. So what else could you be fucking hiding from me? I don't know, because your word doesn't mean as much as I thought it did in the first place.
Will you stop saying that, for God's sake?
You did this to
I've
yourself.
stuck with you through
You
thick and
did
thin.
this.
I've stuck with you through thick and thin. Have I not? Electra. You need to get that bloody looked at.
It's been looked at, alright.
Look, take some...
It's been looked at. They've done all that they could.
What? Look, smoke some motor or something.
Hey, my motor's at home.
Can't hear you.
My motor's at home.
The witch, too.
Livy. Livy, where you going?
I'm going on a doctor call
On a doctor call?
with Auntie Cece. You wanna come?
No, you can go. Yeah. I gotta go take my medicine.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, it's okay. I'll be fine.
What's wrong with you?
I'll be fine.
What's wrong?
No, I've got medicine at home. It's okay.
But what sickness do you have?
I don't know. They don't know. Put that gun away.
That is Miss L right there. What's
There.
wrong with you?
Nothing. It's okay.
Are you sure?
It's fine.
Do I need to drag you down there?
No. Ginger already gave me stuff for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just need to
Alright,
take
you
it.
going to bed?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
I need to take my medicine. It's inside here.
Okay, take care. I'm
Alright.
going on doctor call.
Alright.
Where's your medicine?
I just took it.
Did you take enough?
Yeah.
So, we're going back into the pit.
That's right.
What do you expect to do in there?
Tilt the scales in our favor.
How so?
The stage ago, we have to have everyone on board. Tie us for every loose end.
Wouldn't you returning to the family arouse suspicion?
No. Because I know exactly what to tell Serena.
What would you tell her?
Exactly what she would want to hear.
That you missed her?
God, that would give rise to suspicion for sure. No. I tell her...
Oh, you know when I said, watch your back in jest like that, that was a pretty good way for her to actually do the opposite.
Yeah, I would not make any threats like that. Going
It wasn't a
forward.
threat, it was a joke.
I know. But
And
you
she'd
should
take it
know...
as a joke too.
You should know well enough by now how things can be taken, whether they're a joke or not.
The tone was a joke. She obviously knew it was a joke.
Oh, I know. And that's fine. This time. But once I'm in there, you can't go around making jokes like that to her anymore.
I'm not going to.
Good. That we understand each other. No, I'm gonna tell her that I failed in my endeavors. Nothing would bring her more joy.
Failed.
Yes.
You don't think she'd see through that?
No. I know my cousin well enough to know that her pride, her ego, clouds her judgment more than anything. And knowing that I have come crawling back to her because I have failed, that would stroke her ego. And she'd like me, likely, put me at the bottom. Of course.
I just feel like a sudden change like that would make her be a bit more hyper vigilant.
Well, that's why you have to do what I do. And I do it well.
What?
Have patience, Charlotte.
Not a trait I've really inherited, unfortunately.
Oh, I know. I believe you will.
And what am I to do? How am I supposed to... How am I supposed to look out for you if you're in there?
Not much will change. I'll have obligations, sure. And things that I'll have to keep you out of, without a doubt.
Well, nothing changes there.
I think you and I both know well enough that, given your outspokenness, and given how you treat your word, you wouldn't make a very good soldier, so joining me would be out of the question.
Right, you're trying to punish me with that now.
I'm not trying to punish you.
You certainly are, the way you're speaking. I can tell in your tone of voice.
I'm just trying to speak low.
I'm telling you, I've been loyal to you through thick and thin till the end. Always have been.
You might have been loyal
I was willing to
me.
die for you in case you were in any bloody danger.
You might have
Told
been
Constance as
loyal
much.
to me, but you have not been truthful with me.
Because of my whiskey, my rum, at a time when I almost fucking died.
Yes. And that whiskey and rum would have brought you even closer to your grave. Had I not intervened and cleared this house.
What do you want from me, then? Why'd you keep me around? I'm such a failure to you.
You have potential. Sure, not as a soldier, but you have your other uses. Though that's not the reason I keep you around.
Why is it then?
Because, Charlotte, after all this time together, the time with my first family, as I'll put it, and throughout the time since I've come back, you've proven to be one of the people that I can call a friend. One of the only people. That is why I care so deeply about your well-being.
Well, then you'll let me drink. If you're my bloody friend, and I'm your friend, let me have my drink. And I'll let you have your smokes. How about that?
I was prescribed these smokes.
How about this then? You let me have my booze, and I'll continue to turn a blind eye to your disturbing methods with that girl.
As if you haven't hit Livy. And as if you haven't hit Constance yourself.
Wait a damn minute. If you think I would go out of my way to hit and beat those girls intentionally and methodically, then you don't know me at all. I think it's sick what you do, quite frankly. Especially considering her past. Her father clearly beat the living daylights out of her. Now you're continuing the trend.
Continuing the trend.
Are you not?
Her father beat her every day of her fucking life.
And what are you doing?
I beat her when she steps out of line.
Right. And give an example of her stepping out of line.
When she murdered a woman in plain daylight. Because she got upset. With multiple witnesses there to see it.
Hmm. No other times?
Never as severely as that one. And she's learned her lesson.
Has she?
The more she learns, the less she will have to be beaten. And she's proving to be a quick learner.
Well.
If you think that she would be better off being coddled the way that Livy is by Cece, well, I don't think I need to say any more on that matter. You see how Livy is.
Of course I do.
You think she's learnt much?
Not a damn thing.
Precisely. People like Livy don't exactly understand what they do is bad. Because there's never been any real repercussion to her actions.
No, I understand that. You would have thought however long she spent in Sisika would do something. Doesn't seem to be the case.
Being sent to Sisika rarely ever does.
Why?
Spending time locked away doesn't instill fear. Maybe for some, but not for most.
And why is that?
Because sitting around all day isn't really much of a consequence, is it? The same way as Livy's punishments, being sent to go plant some seeds. That's just a day's work. Not much of a consequence.
True. So what would you do with Livy if you were given the chance?
What would I do with Livy? Instill fear, so that she knows never to repeat her mistakes again. You instill enough fear, you won't even have to raise a hand. In fact, simply as much as raising your hand off of the table into the air would be enough fear, enough of a threat to get her to stop what she's doing. And in time, I wouldn't even have to lift a finger. Simply give her a look that she recognizes all too well, a look that Constance is beginning to recognize all too well.
What would you have Constance do? If you have your way.
Constance has a fair amount of talents, so I've come to learn.
Oh, really?
People are open with her. She's unsuspecting, so people feel inclined to share things, details here and there, thinking that nothing will come of it. Seeing as she's not Italian, most people would assume that she's not involved in whatever I do.
Yes.
Same way Pesky employed those orphans, those scamps. Not only is she good at getting information, she's also good at getting a free item or two.
Free item?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
She's gotten what? Bolt action rifle? A gold pen, what you call it? The cradle? Got so many.
Free?
For free, yes.
Hmm.
Poor Constance, poor little orphan Constance.
Yes, true.
With no one to guide her, no one to help her. Another mark. All those generous souls out there. She could always use that to her advantage. The same would go for Livy.
Yes, you're right. People like to give a free hand out to the youth in general, seems.
That's not all the talent she has.
Oh?
No. As far as I know, she seems to have proven herself pretty handy with a knife.
Well, by the sound of what she did to that woman, innocent woman on the street, I would imagine so.
Sure, she was sloppy. But that skill can be honed. And like a hammer to unrefined metal, I can make something great of her.
Hmm.
Like a grindstone to a knife. I'll sharpen her. She might be a dull blade now, but in time, she could be deadly.
I can't see it personally. I mean, did you say today? Going off to play with Livy?
Yes.
Bloody toys in her bed over there. You treat her like a bloody orphan, like a child.
But did you see that grave earlier today? Close to our house?
Yes. Of course I did.
What exactly do you think happened to her father?
Well, I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. I thought maybe he just abandoned her, quite honestly.
No. You've seen
What?
the state that that house is in.
It burned to a crisp.
Yes. And what do you think we'd find if we dug up that grave?
You're telling me his charred remains are under there?
Oh, without a doubt.
Hmm. So, Constance hasn't been telling us the truth. Or at least not
See,
me.
I don't think it's a matter of not telling us the truth. There are moments that people have sometimes where they do unspeakable things without ever remembering that they did it. A sort of defense mechanism, if you will. And our minds keep their memories locked away so that they can't hurt us. Maybe you would know a thing or two about that. Hmm. Do you have any other questions?
Hmm. Let's say you rejoin your family.
Yes.
What on earth are you going to do with Constance? She's at your heels, right beside you every given moment. Can't see you dealing with that.
While you were at the doctor's, and whatever you did after the doctor's, I don't know where you went. I managed to have a 90-minute talk with somebody pertaining to my plans, our plans,
Yes.
with Serena. Yes, Constance was by my side when I first came across the person that I had this meeting with. And I simply let her know that I had to step aside and I had things to attend to. She understands that I have priorities. She understood that you were my priority. Over the last few days. See, she's come to understand that questioning me doesn't really do her any favors. And when I say that, I know she asks a lot of questions. But she seems to know when not to ask questions about certain things.
How? I mean, she asked, like you say, she asked bloody endless questions about everything.
She understands when I'm there for business and I have things to attend to.
Hmm.
And she understands that I can't always take her along to these meetings.
So this 90-minute meeting, you say?
Yes.
What happened?
Take this as another example of me being open and honest with you. I had a meeting with a good friend of Calm's, someone that came here for him. And in that meeting, we discussed that I have to be there soon in order for things to progress. We discussed our course of action that is to follow. One of those things being getting rid of Desmond.
Yes.
I'm sure that name rings a bell, right?
Oh, yes, it does. the one that dealt with Vinny and Winnie.
Exactly. And the current consigliere. The one that's sitting in my seat. Now we were discussing whether it be best that I rejoin first while Desmond is still around, or if we get rid of him first so that I can reclaim what was once mine.
I think that would add suspicion further, if you ask me, personally.
We came to the same agreement. Though thankfully with Carmine in the position that he's in, it would definitely facilitate things. He could demand that I be by his side, by Serena's side, and frankly, honestly speaking, there is no better person in that family. Another thing that I was informed of is that there are 6 coming.
6?
6 people coming. 6
How do you mean?
fresh faces, 6 new Italians that'll be joining the family soon enough. Now these 6 will be essential in tipping those scales in our favor.
That does sound promising.
And me being another integral part with the reputation that I have, with the rapport that I've built up with many of the members. Well, I mean, you probably understand yourself how unlikable Serena can be.
Almost like Adley.
And how at ease I can, if I want to, make certain people.
Yes, I believe so.
See, I work better one-to-one most of the time. That was my mistake with starting a gang. There are 3 people that we still need to sway. We have Joe.
Those being who?
We have Joe.
Joe.
Desmond, of course, who will never switch sides, but he will be taken care of.
Right.
And Leo.
I don't know a Leo.
De Paolo, he's very rarely around. But I was good friends with Leo's brother, Donnie.
I see.
Now Serena's weak. She's quick to crack. She's got a massive ego. But an ego that large is just as easy to fracture, to crumble into pieces.
But she has her wits about her. She must have if she's come this far.
Oh, but it's all a facade. And once you come
I
to
wouldn't underestimate her.
recognize, once you come to recognize those tells, those signs of weakness, then you know when to go in, like I do.
Hmm. So you say her ego blinds her to the goings on. If you just sort of pamper to her, inflate her ego, then she misses the true things, intent behind what you're doing.
If she feels as though she is safe and that everything is going well, going in her favor, she'll be fine. And when she does crack, because she will, everyone will see it. And hopefully that'll open Joe and Leo's eyes to how weak she really is. She's never been good at decision making. And frankly, neither was Vito. And that's how they ended up losing valuable allies left, right, and center in my absence.
Hmm. Well, I hope you're right.
We have one failsafe.
Which is?
Should things be found out, we have to sacrifice a pawn.
How do you mean?
The man that I spoke with earlier today.
Yes? You're going to throw him
He's-
under the bridge.
He would be going willingly, if it meant putting
Nobody
the
goes willingly.
You don't know his relationship with my family.
I fail to understand.
He would go willingly to make sure that the right people are put in place. His death would be a stain on her reputation in the eyes of everyone in the family. And it would be the tipping point. She would look irrational, beyond belief. She would look crazed, weak. Not the type of person you'd want to have as a leader.
Hmm. Well, I'll help in any way I can. Once you are back in the pit. No doubt you'll need eyes and ears.
Of course.
And if it's Serena's ego that needs stroking, perhaps I ought to arrange a live painting of her or something. You know, an unveiling of a painting of Serena herself in a specific location away from, I don't know, perhaps a nice, quiet, idyllic spot somewhere.
No, no, no. No, no. That would be far too obvious. There's no need to go out on a limb and take her someplace where we never go, which would raise suspicion, where she's already hesitant to go to. No. When we take her, we'll take her in her very own home, in the place where she feels safest, where she feels like she's got all of her pieces in check, all of her ducks in a row. And we take her in the QBC.
Right there in the QVC.
Her pride and joy. Poetic,
probably right.
really.
That does sound like that would be the best option. But like you say, all the pieces would need to be in place.
Exactly. And once I join, yes, suspicions will arise.
Oh, they certainly will. This is my worry. The biggest concern is that change.
That's
If
why
things are like they are now, then there won't be anything for her to suspect a thing.
That's
But if
why
you suddenly join, there's going to be at least a fair period where she's already starting to question things.
That's why she'll put me at the bottom of the ladder, where I don't have the power. In her eyes.
Electra, I will tell you, when she came across us earlier today, outside the tavern, she tried to speak to you as you were walking off and you walked around the corner. She gave a very obvious shrug of her shoulders, like as if she felt you ignored her.
I didn't even notice it was her.
It was her. She gave a very obvious shrug of oh, I guess she doesn't want to talk to me. And shrugged her shoulders, that sort of thing. So I would be at least aware that she senses some sort of tension between the two of you.
And it's tension she'll expect, which is what she'll get. Because if I sway from that path and I go arms wide open, welcoming her with flowers, giving her gifts, she'll suspect things. Because I don't do this for anyone.
So if you go in there and just be almost exactly how you have been currently.
Exactly. We play the long game, Charlotte. We lull her into a false sense of security, where she believes she's got everyone figured out. And yes, I intend on improving our relationship in time, not in an unnatural way, so as not to force it and raise suspicion. She and I can joke around. We do every so often. It's rare, but from time to time, it's not too bad. But it can't all be sunshine and daisies. I have to play the part and be reasonable and stick to my guns, 'cause she'll expect me to fight back if I don't agree with things. And things would seem amiss if I don't. You understand?
Yes, certainly.
I simply have to be me. How would you like to get involved with the cocaine trade?
What does it entail?
Finding people to sell to. Producing.
I could probably do that.
Growing, producing. Finding people to sell to. Things of that nature.
Growing and producing. I'm aware that moonshine's involved in the process.
We have that.
I went to your little barrel outside the gazebo at the your little mansion. And I saw that there's moonshine in there, which is an important ingredient to the process.
That it is, and we have that in droves, so you needn't worry about that.
But the cocaine is not currently in droves, I assume.
I have 70 odd leaves, maybe a little less than that, in Guarma currently, and I have 30 seeds on one of my horses.
And these leaves, you soak them in the moonshine, I'm assuming.
Something like that. I don't quite remember the process, though I was there to figure it out with them.
So it's just a matter of growing the crop at Guarma, avoiding the law, smuggling it out, and transporting it back to Saint Denis.
Correct.
Or another location.
Correct.
Which might be nearer to the... This is something I can do.
All right.
Might level my head off. Might help me put all this paranoia and injury in the past.
No, I'm sure I don't have to tell you, but you have to be subtle when you are finding contacts.
Oh, I'm sure.
You want to disclose where you get your product from. Of course.
I never would. And I'm considering, perhaps, reacquiring the barbershop. That might be a way to
Do handoffs.
get some custom.
Mm.
Exactly. What was it that Vito said? There was a specific window, narrow time frame between 12 and 12:30, I believe.
I think it's between 5 and 5:30 in the morning. For that
Is it?
smuggler. Yes.
Yes. Is that both ways?
That I'm not so sure. But I'd be safe rather than sorry and make sure everything is in your bank.
Yes,
Ready
I
to
might.
be hauled.
And cost for that trip?
$40.
I see. And the sailor may drop me off at any given place
Yes.
on the return journey.
Yes.
I wonder if Lorben are aware of any of these locations.
That is possible.
Might be worth me investigating each known spot first beforehand.
Yes. A couple dry runs would probably do you well.
Hmm.
Though thankfully you have a good cover, seeing as you're the, Minister of Trade for Guarma?
Exactly.
I'd play into that. Maybe
Well, I certainly will be.
have a couple meetings with Martha.
The bankers and Martha is my plan.
Mm.
Once I get the bankers trusting me as well, I think it's going to be even more convincing that it's a legitimate role.
Exactly.
All right then. Well, I'll do it, but Electra, I will tell you. This is just me, I'm afraid, but I need my alcohol.
And you'll get it soon enough once I know you're in the clear. In fact, I don't even know why I use my right hand for that shit. Not yet, Charlotte. Not just yet. It's for your own good. Hopefully, by tomorrow, your fever would have lifted. And if not tomorrow, then the day after. But I don't foresee you having to stay dry for much longer. Then you can drink to your heart's content. until then, I don't want you to do anything that might impede your recovery.
Hmm.
Does that sound reasonable to you?
Yes. Right.
All right. Smoke some moda
But
if it eases you.
I don't smoke it.
Shame.
I bought this book today. Can't bring myself to read it, quite honestly.
What would it be?
Well, take a look. Maybe you'll be interested.